What is up with it? Today we are going to be watching some more of the NCL. This is going to be NCL Italy Week 2, Enrico Maria versus Riccardo. I believe Enrico won one of the Nats. I forget exactly which one, maybe Utrecht, and will be attending Worlds. And Riccardo, I feel like I recognize him, but I'm not 100% sure who he is. Um, we're gonna go ahead and see Enrico's list first. Interesting that he's playing two Red Rocks. Only two vanilla Gecko Moiras. A lot. This is an insane list. Okay. How many 2Ks? 12 2Ks. No Jozu, no Gravity. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on with this list. And then this looks like an extremely standard Pluffy list. So let's hop into it. Um, Also, this is happening over cam, which is interesting because all the other NCL games we've seen have happened IRL. Um, okay, Enrico. Um, Not sure who won the rock paper scissors or anything like that, but looks like blind leader skilling. Also, don't know who mulliganed or anything. Looks like he just blind leader effects into a buggy, which is technically better than missing. Um, but not much better. I have to imagine Enrico mulliganed if this was his start. Okay, just gonna go ahead and swing 7 again. Gonna go ahead and go Jinbei into Law, bouncing the buggy and bouncing the um, Bon Clay. And then we'll go ahead and pass after establishing a teach. So perhaps we drew teach for turn and then hit the Jinbei off top. I like the border sleeve on the leader. I'm a big fan of border sleeves. I wonder if that means that Enrico was a Yu-Gi-Oh player in his past life. This is insane that we're jamming 9-drop Luffy here. I feel like that actually just never happens. I feel like this game is going to be over in like 2 seconds, actually, after he does that and then gets puddinged. I'm not exactly sure how many cards were in his hand, but I'm going to go ahead and guess like 8. Um, this is all of these NCL games have been super weird, I feel like. They play a different game over there across the sea. They really do. We're going to go ahead and leader effect. After attaching with teach, we'll go ahead and play another. Oh my god, it's so Jover. It's so unbelievably Jover. I'm not exactly sure what we added back, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I literally don't know what we added back, but okay, gonna go ahead and play Zoro. We find a Gum Gum. We're gonna need like a Nami. Oh, it's another Zoro. Okay, so we just have actually no defensive presence, and our opponent's gonna counter out of one of these swings and then swing at us, like 4 times, and we're gonna die. Yeah, we're just gonna die this turn, I think. We're either gonna die this turn or we're gonna be so unbelievably close to death we might as well have died. How many cards in his hand? 5? We know there's a Gum Gum in there. There's an argument for trying to just swing 5 times. We're gonna start with the 7 though, so 2-1. Okay, I think at this point we should be pivoting and not swinging 7. Maybe I'm wrong though. I kind of think that like from the Pluffy's perspective, it's probably way more annoying if we swing a 5 there. If we swing like a 5 and then another 5 and then another 5 and then we jam, I feel like that's probably way more annoying. Like, cause see, now the numbers are kind of weird. I'm like fairly certain we're supposed to be. Yeah, maybe we'll review it at the end of the video. Um, but I think we like basically have guaranteed lethal there, maybe? I could be wrong. Like the Gum Gum just loses like a ton of value when we have that many swings, I think. Going 6 at 5? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. Wow, that was a really fast game, and I think that this is going to be a swift 2-0. We'll go ahead and skip ahead. They're power shuffling and then riffling. Whenever your opponent power shuffles like that, please make sure that they also riffle afterwards. Okay, Pluffy passed on 1. We get to go ahead and Perona here on 2. I feel like maybe Ricardo queued up Pluffy because he is a Pluffy main. I don't really know. But I kind of wonder if he queued it up because he was like, there's going to be hella BY in this NCL tournament. And he just wanted to wax the BY players. But really, I mean, there's been some of them playing BY, but they're not. It doesn't appear as though they're playing it a disproportionate amount from what I've seen. Okay, really thinking on this Perona stack, and we are playing this at 1.5 times speed, so some real decision making going here about how we want to take our next few turns. I think we'll go ahead and pass here. So grabbing the Usahachi and then passing. So that's not a Luffy Taro or Sangoro yet. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and hit Weevil, draw 1, pass. Okay, gotta give us a 2 and a 1. Or no, 2 twos actually. 2 twos. Because we swung 8. I'm gonna go ahead and swing 6, I imagine, at the Weevil. We'll go ahead and counter that. Pretty easy to just counter with the pudding after our opponent has already. Oh, and still not the Luffy Taro. Also, we didn't rest the Perona, which is fine, I suppose. Honestly, I think there's probably a real argument that it's better to rest the Perona and swing 5 at the Perona than it is to swing 5 at life there. Feels like we're kind of giving the Doflamingo player a little bit more gas. And we kind of need to be controlling the board a little bit more, I think. But, oh, this is... I have no idea what we're doing here. Why? Did we just swing 9 at... How many cards does his opponent have in hand? He had a lot. Why did we swing 9 at the Sanji? He had 6 cards in hand and we swung 9 at Sanji? I don't think I love that. We're gonna swing 8 at Zoro here is my guess. I mean, if we're committed to this bit, we're committed to this bit. Oh, I'm gonna counter that too. Okay, so now he just has no cards in hand. He actually just has no cards in hand. Gonna go ahead and swing 8 at probably Boa. Gonna let that go. Gonna go ahead and swing 7 or 8 again. My apologies. And this one we will be countering with a 2 and a 1. Interesting that we got rid of these, the law, because the law could be bouncing one of these Zoros. So I wonder if that means he has a second one in hand. The third Zoro. I imagine we'll be countering out of this, almost regardless of where it's going. I really like the Hunter x Hunter shirt. Oh, wow. Okay, taking it. And we leader affected to have a Dawn open. So just really looking us in the eyes and saying like, hey, just so you know, I do have a Gum Gum in hand. So now we're gonna go ahead and pivot back to swinging at life. So I kind of feel like those swings that we did earlier to board, I feel like didn't accomplish a lot. Maybe I'm missing something, but um, yes, we got some cards out of hand, but we would have just probably gotten cards out of hand either way if we swung at board or at life. I don't know. We did have an awkward amount of dawn for what we were trying to do that turn, though, so. Okay, swinging 9, getting met with the Gum Gum plus 1k. We do have 2 standing characters. Our opponent has 4 cards in hand. They're still on 9 Dawn. Here we're definitely trying to avoid like a Big Mom. It appears that is not what our opponent will be starting with, so we're pretty jazzed about that. Gonna go ahead and block in 2k. So just trying to counter out of everything here so far. I feel like the sequencing of these swings was also a little interesting. 6 at 5, we'll go ahead and 2k, so Enrico just having like actually infinite counter here. I imagine Ricardo is going to play a 5-drop blocker here. Yep, just the kid. Leave one up and pass. How many cards do you have in hand? 4? Yeah, starting with 7 here feels pretty strong. Yeah, we're going to get 5 swings here into 1 life, 1 blocker, 4 in hand. I feel like a fair percentage of the time we're going to get there. 7. He just took because he, I assume, is like, look, if he has perfume, I'll die, whatever. Like, that's just how it goes sometimes. I don't even know what he pitched there. Was that, are those Kamazos? I really am not even sure. I'm unfamiliar with whatever that art is. It's a 4-drop and he gave 2 of them. Feels like it has to be Kamazo. Oh. I don't even think this is correct, by the way. I think we're supposed to, for sure, be at least swinging our Jinbei first. Like, this is not the correct way to do this, but, like, I think he probably just had math lethal regardless. and he was just trying to save time rather than do like what was correct. I said I was gonna look back at that one game state. Where was it? Was it here? Okay. So opponent has what, 4 cards in hand? If we go like, let's say we swing 5, and then we swing 5, now they have 2 cards in hand. If we swing 5, now they have 1 card in hand. And then we swing 5. And if they do have the Gum Gum, which like very clearly they do, I think it's maybe even known in hand. I think it's known in hand. So we go like 5, it takes a card. 5, it takes a card. 5, it takes a card. 5. So now this one has to connect. So we have 7 Dawn. They have 2 cards in hand, including the Gum Gum, and we get to go 12, and they have to draw double 2K. I think I'm thinking about that right? He has 4 cards in hand. But instead what we do is we go 7, and he gives the Gum Gum. And then we go 7. Oh wait, did he have 5 cards in hand or 4? That changes a lot actually. I can't tell. Does he have 4 or 5? He maybe has 5. I think he has 5. Yeah, he has 5. Okay, so I think you can swing the 7 first. But I think after you swing that 7, you know the Gum Gum's in hand, I think you swing 5s. I think you go 5, 5, 5. Like you swing 5, and he gives you a card. So he goes down to 2 cards, you swing 5. And he gives you a card, and now you know just Gum Gum in hand, and then you swing 5. And now he has to take, because there's just Gum Gum in hand. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing, right? And then you swing, I guess at that point you would have used 5 Dawn, so now you swing 10, which actually doesn't always get there. What ends up happening anyways? Let's just double check this. I would like someone to write a master's thesis on this idea. Because I feel like we get to this spot and it just kind of feels weird. Like he still has 3 cards in hand, right? Then we go like 7, 7. And he still has 2 cards in hand. I feel like my line, he only ends up with 1 card in hand. At most. And that's like if he draws a 2K off of the Gum Gum. Because we end up swinging 10. So he needs a 2K. And if he doesn't draw a 2K off the Gum Gum, then he needs to draw double 1K. I don't know. I think my line was better. Someone let me know if I'm wrong. I appreciate you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day.